The forest was unusually quiet as we stepped deeper into the trees, every sense sharpened by the stillness. The air was cold and heavy, with the smell of wet bark and moss, the ground soft from recent rain. Each broken branch under our boots seemed louder than it should have, echoing into the silence like a warning. The dogs felt it too restless, uneasy, their noses pressed into the damp soil, tails whipping back and forth in short bursts of excitement. They could smell what we could not yet see. A sound cut through the silence. Not the wind, not a bird, something heavier, closer. Shadows shifted in the undergrowth, low and fast. Then it happened. The first boar burst from the brush with raw strength, head down, tusks glinting in what little light broke through the canopy. It charged without hesitation. The dogs barked furiously, lunging forward, and in the same instant the crack of gunfire tore through the calm. The forest exploded into chaos. Branches snapped, leaves scattered. The ground shook under the rush of hooves. The hunt had begun, and every nerve in our bodies was alive. Do you think forest hunts bring more excitement than hunts in open fields? For full uncut hunts and behind-the-scenes material, join our membership for exclusive access. By midday, we had left the dark embrace of the forest and stepped into open ground. The meadow stretched wide, the tall golden grass waving with the wind like an ocean of fire under the sun. On the surface, it looked peaceful, but the soil told another story. Deep hoofprints, fresh and heavy, pressed into the earth. The herd was close. We moved slowly, keeping low, our breaths shallow, ears straining for every sound. Then the wind shifted, and we heard it. The crunch of grass, the low growls, the restless energy of animals on the move. We froze. Seconds later, the meadow erupted in a storm of chaos. Dozens of boars charged at once, scattering in every direction, their grunts like thunder rolling across the field. Shots rang out, echoing over the open land. Some fell, others broke through the lines, vanishing into the grass with terrifying speed. The chase was on, and in the open field, there was no cover. No second chances, only raw speed and precision. What would you prefer, the wide, exposed thrill of an open field hunt, or the suffocating tension of the forest? For extended meadow hunts and rare aerial drone footage, join our members-only section for more. Not long after, we reached the old farm. Once thriving, it now lay broken and abandoned. But the destruction was fresh. Fences torn apart, the soil plowed up like trenches, crops eaten down to the roots. The herd had claimed this place as their own. As the sun dipped lower, painting the sky with streaks of red, we took our positions near the collapsed barn. First came the small ones, cautious, testing the air, their movements quick and nervous. Then, a massive shadow followed. The dominant boar, scars carved into its hide, stepped into the field with a slow, fearless gait. He led the others like a king, his size dwarfing them all. For a heartbeat, the world seemed frozen. Then the silence shattered. Dogs barking, hunters shouting, rifles firing. The farm turned into a battlefield. Every corner alive with movement. Dust rising, wood splintering, shadows darting in and out of the broken barns. It was chaos painted against the ruins of human labor. Have you ever seen the damage wild boars can leave behind on farmland? From there, the terrain shifted again. The hills rose steep and jagged, their slopes covered in loose rock and scattered pines. Every step was a struggle, every sound carried far, bouncing from ridge to ridge like a signal. As we climbed higher, we heard them before we saw them, low grunts, hooves striking stone, the steady rhythm of a herd moving together. Suddenly, the hillside erupted. Boars charged down in waves, a living avalanche. Dust clouds rose, stones cracked under their weight, and the sound was deafening. We had no room to run. The slope behind us dropped too steeply. The only option was to hold our ground. Guns roared, dogs lunged, the air thick with dust and shouts. For a moment, time blurred. The clash between man and beast reduced to survival. One mistake on this terrain meant disaster. Beyond the hills, the land fell into a valley where a river cut through like a silver blade. Fast, cold, swollen by mountain rains.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.